I think for me, it's the whole need to look at a problem holistically. I think we all get somewhat stuck in our daily work and in the sectors that we work in because we're driven by funding requirements and indicators that we must report on. And sometimes you lose the ability to think broader or more critically around an issue. So I think when you bring people together from multiple sectors, and you try to develop a common language to discuss an issue, you just start to see the problem in a way that you hadn't previously conceived it. So I think for me, at one point I realized that you need to be careful that you don't alienate folks from other sectors or appear to be casting blame. It's a common problem, and I think the more we can see the mutual interest we have in looking at an issue together, as opposed to saying it's someone else's responsibility. I think for me, when I realized that in the meeting, it was just a reminder to think broader and remember who your partners and allies could be. That in your daily workload, it's just really hard to remember that. So my understanding of the basic problem we're trying to look at is how do you provide housing supports and house folks who have multiple chronic challenges and problems. They may have HIV, they may be at risk for HIV, they may have addiction and mental health issues. So these really are groups of folks and individuals that are hard to house in the private sector, and I think a lot of agencies have a hard time serving. And I think by and large, a lot of folks don't understand drug use and addiction issues in general. So I think in terms of moving forward, we discussed the need for a conceptual framework for understanding the behaviors, understanding the link to even early childhood development or other environmental or biological factors. So to take a more understanding approach to the problems we see, a little more compassionate and accepting approach to the folks, and look for solutions rather than reasons to continue to not serve people. So I think moving forward, it has to do with looking at innovative models, tweaking what we have, and by and large, just getting a more informed awareness of the problems we're looking at and understanding the people that we see as a challenge here as human and not unlike us. I think the basic needs are the same, and to have a bit more of an evidence-informed approach to what would work, and then really basically how to understand the problems we're looking at.